Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got two replays for you in the Swedish Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the Earthshaker. So I've had the Earthshaker on the channel sort of quite a few times now, and I've recently picked it up again and sort of realised that I actually had quite a few games stored away that were quite decent. So just before I get into the video, you can see top right hand screen there, I've got optics, gun rammer and vert stabs that I run on the Earthshaker, and on perks I run born leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, camouflage expertise, steady aim, situation awareness, snapshot, track mechanic and run and gun. So our first replay here, we are on cliff and we are going to come up to the middle, I believe. Or left hand side of the map anyway, and I think sort of probably in the middle we'll go, because we'll sort of use the ridge lines to get hull down, and then we can sort of use our turret armor, which is pretty decent, and we can just sort of get that hull down, bounce sort of quite a few shots. Obviously sort of top tier it's more effective, bottom tier you don't rely on the turret armor too much against tank destroyers in particular, because obviously their high penetration will go through the sort of majority of the turret. The cupola is obviously a weak point on there, which can be penned by majority of tanks, to be fair, so that is something to sort of just take into consideration. But we've come to the middle here and we've already sort of been focused by artillery, so I thought, well, no, I'm not going to stay there, because if I'm honest, I don't really want to just keep getting harassed by artillery sitting in that spot. Now I've decided, it's just sort of be more beneficial to sort of come round the lighthouse and try and help our friendly tanks out. But I do see this medium or heavy tank that's decided to, the Indian Panzer, decided to just sort of come out into the open there near the sort of donut area of the map, as I call it, which is a strong position, so I didn't really, the opportunity there was there to sort of put some shots in and try and take them out, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now this Leopard PTA has come around now. Unfortunately, you see the downside of the Earthshaker. It did have some buffs recently, or sort of a couple of months ago, some sort of gun accuracy buffs, but you can see there it still can be a bit trolly. The gun has always been trolly. So we spoofed that first shot, but we do get a few more into that PTA. It's going to be very easy to pen. Could have actually switched to the Hesh there. The Hesh would have penned that PTA, not a problem. Hesh does have 210mm of penetration, so it would have butchered that PTA, no problem. The Hesh is quite effective on most tanks, to be fair, when you sort of get it onto its weak points. You've got to be careful on the sides of tanks with Hesh, because majority of the time it can be absorbed into the tracks, so you do have to pinpoint the aim if you're going for the side of tanks, as otherwise if you just RBRT it, it's going to get absorbed into the track and it's not going to do any damage, or it's just going to splash damage, and you're not going to make the full use of the of the alpha damage that Hesh gets, because the Hesh will Hesh can hit for as high as on average 480 hit points per Hesh shot. You can high roll to sort of 500 sometimes, so really can hit quite hard when you do hit the shots. So we managed to clear around the corner of the lighthouse now, and this is going to be sort of quite a quick game. We are we're closing in on the majority of the tanks that are left. There's just these odd few tanks sort of just lingering there. We do get a shot on the KB3, which was shut down for our first kill. Artillery takes out the IS-3-2, quite lucky there, because he was focusing on us. Now we've sort of seen this tank destroyer that's sat at the back there. We've loaded the Hesh as well. Again, the Hesh was going to penetrate that T2580, no problem, and it did, shutting him down for our second kill. We've just lit up the STRV meal there, and that's a nice juicy target. You see 453, bit of a low roll there, which is unfortunate, but yeah, we're going to butcher this guy, no problem. See the Sternpanzer's going in, but we finished the guy off quite easily for our third kill there. Yeah, third kill. Now we're going to move in. We spotted something else. I don't know if it was the artillery or the T-30, but we want to get as much damage out of these guys as possible. It'd be nice to get rid of the piggy, but yeah, took. I was sort of in two minds of who I was going to go for there. I don't know if I was going to go for the T-30 for the damage, but couldn't really guess if I was going to get a full pen or not. And you see there, that shot gets absorbed into the track. I think I was just trying to track him in place. Either that or it was just a poorly aimed shot. I'm trying to aim, I think, for the upper plate, but yeah, he moves him for, moves forwards and he gets trapped in place there. And I think we're just trying to sort of, shouldn't be hard to aim the shot. I think, yeah, we switched to APCR so we can go through his upper plate and, sort of pen. His upper plate sort of point, he's backing up and his upper plate's sort of becoming quite flat to us, so we're able to penetrate that no problem. Unfortunately, low roll there massively, 296. That is a huge low roll. But he does get taken out by our friendly Stritzvarn, and we finish the game. So we'll see how we get on. We do come top of the board. We got 4 kills, 4.1k damage. Majority of the damage came at the end there. Get 1300 assist and 390 blocked. So a nice game overall there. Picking up the Ace Tanker, the high caliber medal in the process. So yeah, nice game on Cliff there, and we're going to move on to the second and final replay now, and we are top tier in this one. We're actually on Malinovka, so another winter map there, and yeah, we're going to play the hill on this one, again, because we can use our turret armour effectively. There's only one artillery in the game, so we may well get targeted, but yeah, I think if there was 2, yeah, I may have fought twice. It can be a bit painful playing the hill when there's artillery in the game. If there's no artillery, then it's fine. I'm trying to encourage some of my friendly teammates to follow me up to the hill, because it'd be nice to sort of get a bit of support. It's always good to go to the hill. If you leave the hill, you kind of put yourself in a bit of a vulnerable position, and chances are you're more likely to lose the game because, well, the team that has the high ground usually wins. It's the rule of thumb when it comes to sort of war in general. Not always the case. You can get some upsets, but yeah, we don't want to leave the hill. And like I say, we can play our tank effectively on hill. We can use sort of the ridge lines there to just show our turret, so it gives us sort of maximum protection. I'm just keeping an eye on the hills sort of around sort of D6 area, just because you always get the odd tank sort of pop up there to try and spot the hill. It's a good position to play, and I think that's what's happening now. Someone has popped up there. Can't see them, so they've definitely got good camo. But yeah, they are targeting the hill, and like I say, that can be a bit painful sometimes when you're coming up. Artillery will start sort of zoning in on you and start putting some shots in. But so far, artillery has it's not paying attention to us, so that's good. Hopefully we can sort of get here and we can sort of play unmolested as such, and we can sort of hopefully get some damage in. So our medium tanker's pushed up and he's getting hit quite a bit. You can see we're just sort of poking our turret. We're just trying to give tanks the least amount to shoot at as possible. We can see this IS-7 going to try and sneak a shot in there. Unfortunately, the gun just trolls us a little bit, and the shot just goes over. I'm not sure if that was fully aimed in or not. I think it was, but now we are just trying to get that shot in, and we're still going for that KV3 because we've also got this KV4, and I feel like I'm going to pen the KV3 easier than the KV4, and we get a shot in the cupola there. Now I'm going to aim for the cupola of the KV4, and we do pen it. I've gone for Hesh here, and yeah, at the time I was kind of like, I don't really know why I've loaded Earthshaker. I didn't expect to pen the KV4's turret, but we did, and we rolled high for sort of 403 there, and then he gets taken out by the Grom. So yeah, the KV4 is no longer an issue. We've still got Heshlo there, and again I was very surprised that we penned that, but I think that was a side or turret ring of the IS-2-2. Did turn his turret, so I think that just gave us enough of the turret to pen with Hesh. We swap back to the APCR, and then we finish him off for our first kill. We're already up to 2.2k damage here, and we're doing, you know, it's a good start. We are 2 tanks down. There's 12 tanks remaining on the enemy team, but I feel we've definitely won the hill. But you can notice here that the other side is very bare. Now I'm not fully committing here because obviously I don't know what's back there. We do get a shot on that SU-130, and I think I was hesitant here because I didn't want to go rushing in. I didn't want to get sort of any hit points taken off me. I don't know what TDs are back down there, but I'm also just wary that the other side is very thin. You've only got a heavy tank and a tank destroyer and artillery back there, and part of me is thinking, well, if they push that side, they're then going to come up behind us. So I kind of wanted to go back and get in a position where I could catch these guys off guard. And I can see there's this enemy, I think Polish tank CS-52. I take a sneaky shot there thinking that he might still be there, just a blind shot, but unfortunately he's moved. But I'm aware that he's there, so I'm just kind of sort of keeping my eye out. We've evened the scores to 9-all now, so it's still quite a close game. And there's a lot more damage to be had. I'm just playing this cautiously. Now I see a CS-52 and he's rushing in there, and we get a shot, bust his engine. He's now down to a 1-shot. I want to get rid of this player. I also noticed that he's part of no cap plan. I know those guys are quite good players, so yeah, again, sort of noticing that, I sort of know this guy's quite decent, and I wanted to sort of get rid of him just to sort of make sure he didn't start taking advantage of any sort of tanks over there, just to take out the threat really. But you can see now we're losing just by 1 tank, and again it's a tightly contested game. We're just below 3k damage there. I'm pushing down to low ground now because again I'm sort of hunting this CS-52. I want to get rid of that guy because I don't want to sort of leave him alive, give him the time to sort of strategize and get in a better position where he can then start potentially farming me or the rest of the team. But we snap a shot on the Leo there on the move. Surprised that hit, but you know, luckily got rid of that guy. Unfortunately we bounced the CS-52 there. We just bounced the side of him. He then focuses on us and he gets a shot and he hits our ammo rack, which is really frustrating. We line up the shot there and we get rid of the CS-52, but really annoyed at that because it took a lot of hits to try and get that shot off, and we're now just underneath half our health, and we take a blind shot there and we're down to 400 hit points. So in the blink of an eye we've gone from having a lot of health to near enough none, which is really frustrating. But like I say, I sort of wanted to, if I didn't bounce that shell on the CS-52 then probably would have been okay. I would have had the majority of my hit points intact. Snap a shot there on that Indian Panzer that I think shot us earlier. Again, we're sort of, you know, it's a real tight game. We're 5-4. We're 5-4 ahead. I have a funny feeling the majority of their team are now over the other side where our players are pushing in. However, you can see there, this isn't going to be an easy game. You know, this is not an easy victory. They've got a charioteer. I think there's still a Barask in play as well, and that's kind of why I was a bit hesitant to sort of push in. I didn't want to sort of put myself in danger where, you know, if I get caught up by the Barask, it's game over. And we poke up there and we get lit and targeted, which I suspect is there's a tank destroyer sitting at the back there. The charioteer gets taken out by our friendly Grom, and now I'm just sort of keeping an eye on what is over here. I'm trying to see if I can, you know, I was hoping our sort of friendly medium was going to push in. He's a 1-shot, which isn't ideal, but again, I'm kind of a 1-2 shot to these guys. I didn't want to sort of go pushing in. I'd like to sort of, you know, light the guys up and try and help our team out, but it's a precarious situation. But now this T-34. It's not Brask that I thought was left, it's actually his T-34, so again, a lot more confident, and I'm happy. I had the Hesh loaded, which again was very helpful. I got a nice high roll in that first shot, over 500 damage, which put him onto a one-shot, and then I was able to finish him off. Unfortunately, I am down to a one-shot now. That T-34 100 did manage to sort of take a good chunk of my health, so I'm a definite one-shot now, and I really need to play this carefully. I've kept the Hesh loaded because I think what is left on the enemy team are tanks that I can easily pen with Hesh. This Cheeto is in a position where I can't get shots on him. I'm not sure what the other enemy tank destroyer is, and I don't know where he is either. But I made a conscious decision that I'm going to sort of push up here. I feel like where the Cheeto is, he can't get shots on me, and I feel like this ridge is enough to keep us protected from where I presume the other TD is going to be sort of sitting sort of right far at the back on the riverbed. So yeah, I'm going to sort of poke up here. I want to try and spot the Cheeto up again, but I want to, more importantly, want to see if I'm in a position where I can get a shot in. But we've lit up the other tank destroyer now, and yeah, he's full health, so I'm thinking, well, great, that's more damage for me if I can get the shots in, but equally I'm a one shot. I can't out trade this guy at all. More importantly, I want to get rid of this Cheeto, because this Cheeto is potentially in a position where he could get a shot on me. Now he's facing the other way, he's facing the medium. I take my time and I slap the shell into the rear of that tank, taking him out for our 5th kill. And there's just one tank left, and I want to try and see if I can get some shots in. It's a Hori 2, so frontally it's going to be hard to pen with a Hesh. It's going to be possibly hard to pen, probably hard to pen as well with the APCR, the standard rounds. So yeah, I'm going to make my way forward. I'm going to try and see if I can light him up again. I've got these bushes in between us. He's given us a side so we can pen with the Hesh. He's now in a crossfire, so he's ducking back down into cover, which is probably the right idea, but he's given us his side, and we do slap another shot in for 462, leaving him on a one shot. I'm going to stick with the Hesh here. He's coming up, he's going to try and get a shot into us, but he bounces, and we snap the shot in for our 6th kill, bringing us the win. I was really lucky at the end there to bounce that shot. But there we go, we come top of the board with 6 kills and 5.7k damage, which is really nice. 442 assisted, 320 blocked. A really nice game there, picking up the ace tanker again, and the high caliber and the top gun medals. So yeah, finishing off quite strongly there. But yeah, that is the Earthshaker, and a tank that I just seem to get on well with. I don't really understand how, because overall it's probably not that great a tank. It's average, I guess, is probably the best way of describing it, but somehow I get on with it, and yeah, luckily I've had these good games to show you. But there we go, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment what you think about the tank, and yeah, I'll get back to you. So till then, guys, I'll catch you later.